Oh, you're awake? You were lucky. You would surely have perished if I wasn't there to save you.
Why?
I changed my mind and decided to stay in this town a while longer. And while I'm here, I figured I should see this through to the very end.
That's not what I meant.
Oh, you mean why I saved you? Because I'm the same as you. I'm disappointed, with endings that waver between despair and hope. I wish a real war had started. If it did, I know a brilliant hope would have been born. That is why I allowed myself to be captured after all.
So you did it on purpose?
But you aren't finished yet, right? Nothing has really changed since you began. So, I need you to continue working hard, so that a splendid hope may be born. You have tasted the bitter despair of having your meticulous plan fall apart around you, so I know you can do it.
Really? Which side are you on?
Does it even matter? Anyway, why don't you be the successor for now? If that is your intention, I will lend you a hand. If my schedule allows it, of course. There is somewhere I need to be later.
What do you mean?
I shall raise you to be her copy. One even more realistic than the real one. Someone like me, who both hates and loves her more than anyone else. I should be able to make you more like her than even she herself was.
Gross.
Are they still at it with that successor or whatever?
You're talking too loud. They'll hear you.
They can hear all they want. A bunch of chumps teaming up together makes them suck even more.
Well, when you think about it, the plan was flawed from the beginning. Trying to create a successor while the original still exists?
I know this was kinda my idea, but kids sure are stupid idiots.
Not just the kids. The adults are idiots too. Just by causing a little unrest, just pushing them a teeny bit, I had them spinning around in the palms of my hands.
Despite how you look, you sure are wicked inside. Even if the outside's white, the inside's pitch black. You a rice ball or something?
I may be wicked, but you are too. After all, we are.
No, not we. Maybe I, or maybe it's me.
Well, they're pretty much the same. White despair, black hope. In the end, neither one. But I guess that works too. I mean, I didn't really give a damn about this town from the beginning. The fact that those guys will take an interest in this place will yield a much more fruitful harvest. Hey, don't you think so? Personally, I think they did a pretty good job for a group of kids. Hey, don't you think so? Thanks to them, the preparations are nearly complete. Laying the foundations for the final match. It's so despairingly perfect. Hey, don't you... Oh, you're so forceful. What? Am I being too noisy for you? I see. I didn't know you still felt such emotions. Or perhaps you're forcing yourself to feel something in a situation like this. Well, not that it matters. Anyway, I leave the rest to you. Though I'm sure the next time I see you, you'll be someone else entirely. I hope you can at least have a little fun. I hope the future's going to be one you can't predict.
I was waiting to hear from you. I'm so relieved. I'm glad you're safe, Byakuya.
Well, safe enough, I suppose.
Are you outside Toa City? You must be if this connection is secure, right?
Yeah, I used the secret passageway under the shrine. The captives are safe, thanks to the relative of that idiot we know so well. I'll introduce you to her later. She's much more talented and useful than he is.
What's your position? I'll send rescue right away.
Before you do, there's something you need to know.
Huh?
Komaru Naegi and Toko Fukawa are not with me.
Not with you? Why?
I'll let her explain.
Her?
She asked that I send you this message. It might be garbled a bit, but it'll do.
Can you see me, Makoto? You're surprised that I'm not leaving, right? Sorry for making you worry. There's a lot I want to say. But first, let me explain why I'm not there.
What are you saying? All this time, you were bawling about how you wanted to go home.
Oh, come on! I was not bawling! Don't make things up! Jeez!
Why? Why are you bringing up something like that? Do you feel responsible for their revenge? But that wasn't your fault. You can't feel bad about that, not even a little.
No, that's not it. It doesn't matter whose fault it is. This is my decision.
Then why are you doing this? Didn't you want to get out of this place and live a normal, peaceful life? But now you want to stay here? That's like the complete opposite.
You're right.
It's not because you feel despair.
No, of course not. I don't want to get slapped again.
Then why?
Even I'm not totally sure. But earlier, when I said how I want to save both, all the scary feelings and hesitation I felt were gone. Even though the odds were against us, for some reason, I felt courage. I think it's because I was confident that that was what I needed to do. But what would happen if I leave this town with you and Byakuya? What would happen if Future Foundation came here to suppress the riot and uncover the secret? And then what would happen if the remnants of hope were to find this place? It would turn into a war. Just like Monica said.
So you're saying you're going to be this town's hostage in place of Master?
Until now, I kept relying on you. And I never really got to make decisions on my own. But I was like that even before I met you. I used to give up all the time. But the decision to save everyone was one I made on my own. Of course, I'm scared and I'm worried. But despite that, I've made up my mind. I won't give up until the very end. I'll make sure I protect both.
Idiot. You're awfully optimistic after all this. Seriously, what are you thinking? You're just like your brother sometimes.
No, I think I got it from you.
Me?
You were with me all this time. If I have changed, it's your influence, Toko. For now, I'm going to be fine. This is much better than imprisoned life regardless. So don't worry about me. Go back with Byakuya. You two are the only ones who can persuade Future Foundation not to interfere here. So please, don't be mad.
What? Of course I'm mad! Jeez, why do I have to stay behind in a town like this?
Oh, no, you misunderstood. I meant I'm the one who's gonna stay here.
If you're going to stay, there's no way I can leave. I decided to be with you too, remember?
Toko.
Do you really think some brother complex girl like you can be Master's substitute? In a hostage trade, you and I are barely enough for one, Master Byakuya. So, I'll stay with you. That's the decision I made, no complaining.
But you said you wanted to go home with Byakuya.
I don't need your concern. Master and I are rock solid. Even if we're apart, our feelings towards each other will never change.
Yes, that's correct.
Huh? Master Byakuya!
It's true what you said. Even if we're apart, my feelings of disgust toward you will never change.
Master?
So the reason I've decided to stay isn't because someone forced me to. It's a choice I made myself. But I know that I can't just expect things to change right away, just because I'm staying. I know that I can't become real hope, like you. So, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait for the day you guys defeat the remnants of despair and come home safe. But you don't have to rush or anything, okay? I'll wait until the day you come to pick me up. I have the gun Mr. Byakuya gave me, and I have my reliable friend Toko. And about Mom and Dad, I didn't find anything. I went to the torture room later, but it was empty. The film that girl forced me to watch must have been recorded earlier. Or fake. That means there's a chance they're alive and well somewhere, right? Maybe even somewhere in this city. That's what I choose to believe. Okay, sorry, this video is getting pretty long. I guess I should wrap it up. The next time you see me, I might be so grown up you don't even recognize me. Just like how surprised I was when I saw you. See you later, Makoto.
So that's the situation. I thought all your sister was good for was cowering in fear. But there you have it.
Seriously. Well, she surprised me before.
Hey Makoto, you know what we have to do, right? We have to stop this idiotic war and return here to retrieve them. We wouldn't want to betray their expectations.
Yeah, you're right. I've made up my mind, Byakuya. If a situation like this ever happens again, no matter how dangerous the trap, I'm jumping right in, so I can end it properly, with my own two hands.
Hearing you say that reminds me of what you said back at the academy.
Huh?
Hope keeps going, huh? Fine. I'll partner with you for just a little while. At least until I've repaid the debt I owe to Toko and your sister.
Yeah.
限りなく増す欲望消えない光が紡ぎ出すリベンジいつの日かきっと迫り来るパズルリングが溶ける時まで大丈夫だよ
戸惑い続ける
一緒に行くよ
トラップだらけのハードレース
心のまま
レールはないけど
願い続ける
いつかきっと叶えられるように誰も傷つけない何も手放さない無謀だと知ってても行くよ何度でも選びゆく崩れ去る日の中で
希望の火を掲げたい子
絶望を溶かすように白い夜を
隠して
黒い月が
輝く
誰かの絶望が生み出す希望赤い瞳
瞬き
太陽空を追っても
道はどこかに絶対
諦めない
誰も気づかない何も捨てはしない
痛みさえ抱きしめてゆくよ何度でも確かめろ燃え盛る日の中で
希望の火を掲げたい子
絶望を染めるように
All right then. Hey! You aren't ready yet? Don't shout so early in the morning. You're not really a morning person, are you? Are you secretly staying up late without me?
Thanks to your Jimmy legs and snoring, I can't get a good night's sleep.
I am so not snoring. But it's true I might toss and turn while I'm asleep.
And it wasn't just snoring. You were talking in your sleep, saying, Makoto!
Lies! Definitely lies. And if you want to get a good night's sleep, why don't you go sleep in your own bed? We're in a hotel. There's plenty of other rooms.
Don't be an idiot. What happens if a ghost shows up?
Oh, so you're into occult stuff now.
Well, you really did get possessed, right? So, ghosts do exist, right?
Well, I guess that's just one more thing you're afraid of now.
It's all your fault! Come on, let's go. If we don't keep a watchful eye, these people are gonna start fighting again. No time to slack off.
Well, but you're the one who woke up late.
Hey! I told you to wait! Aw, come on, Toki!
And this, ladies and gentlemen, concludes my Let's Play of Danganronpa Another episode, Ultra Despair Girls. Wow, this game was much shorter than I anticipated. I was estimating around 90 parts, but I managed to beat this game within 47 parts, which is a lot shorter than 90, and now I have a lot less time to prepare for what is going to be my next LP. I was really surprised to find out that Chapter 5 was going to be the last chapter right after Chapter 4, as opposed to the usual 6 in the first 2 games. But I guess since this game is different than the main series games, then I guess it's okay to kind of bend the rules a bit. Now, for a side game within the Danganronpa series, this is definitely very interesting, and I actually surprisingly like this game a lot more than what I was anticipating. I actually came into this game with very low expectations when I found out that this was going to be a third-person shooter game. Now, I don't know if I have talked about this, and if I did, then it definitely has been a long time since I've talked about this, but I'm not a fan of shooters. I have played shooters in the past. I have tried to play Call of Duty, Halo, and Fallout, and I could not bring myself to try and get good at those games. It's also part of the reason why I've never bothered to get Splatoon. But for this game, as shown in my gameplay, that you don't really need a super fast reaction time in order to survive through the game. You'll have at least a few seconds to think about what your move is going to be. So if you think shooter games are too hard for you, but you still want to play this game, then this is definitely a good shooter game to start off with, I guess. There were plenty of points in the game where it really felt like I was playing a horror game, as seen in several episodes that I have gotten scared, and I wish that I had a face cam on so that you guys could see my live reaction. And had I known that there was going to be things I would get scared of in this game, I definitely would have set up a webcam, and you guys could see me get jumped in my seat whenever a Monokuma pops out from a corner that I'm not expecting. It would have been really cool if I had actually went back to the chapters and complete some of the Monakumen minigames that I failed to complete, because there were definitely a few in the beginning that I didn't complete because I did them wrong, or I just couldn't really figure out how to go about with them. And especially towards the second half of the game, where the Monakumen minigames got really complicated and they were really hard to figure out, and it would be really fun if I went back and showed myself completing those, just so I can gain the satisfaction of completing every Monakumen minigame successfully. Because as shown at the end of every chapter, I didn't really do as well as I wanted, but since I was not going for a 100% in the game, I guess it really didn't matter that much. The story of the game was really good. Again, I had low expectations going into the story, but I actually liked it more than I thought I was going to be. I still think it's kind of the lowest of the 3 games that I have played so far. I'm not saying it's bad, I just think that it's lowest tier for story. Kamaru was a really cool character. I like Kamaru. I started losing hope with this game when we got to the point where Toko and Kamaru's relation started to go down in the midway point in the game. But then the game got really good on Chapter 4 and onwards. Now, some of you guys mentioned to me that I should have played this game between Danganronpa 1 and 2. And I can see where you guys are going with that. Because this game does take place in between the events of 1 and 2, so naturally that would make sense. But at the time I started Danganronpa 2, I didn't really know this. In fact, this game came out after Danganronpa 2, so in that sense, it would make sense to play this after 2. And another interesting thing that was brought to my attention is that there's an Easter egg in Danganronpa 2 that references this game, which is interesting because this game didn't come out when 2 came out. Maybe they knew that this game was coming up when they were developing 2. I don't know. So now up next within the series is for me to watch Danganronpa 3, which is an anime series, which you guys won't be seeing me watch 3. And then when we return to the series, I will be starting up V3, which I'm personally very excited for V3. Also, if you are interested in getting any of the games in the series, a collection pack is coming out for Danganronpa. As of recording this video, it's not out yet, but by the time this gets released, it would already be out. Comes out December 3rd. There will be a collection pack that contains this game, the second game, V3, as well as a brand new game, which we will also be covering, and I'm very excited because as far as I know, this will be a remake of all of the games, as well as have a brand new game. And I'm very excited to see what changes they make to the Switch version compared to the PC versions that I've always played these on. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching my Let's Play of Danganronpa Another episode, Ultra Despair Girls, and I'll see you guys on the next LP, which is going to be a game that I have always been looking forward to ever since this was announced in Nintendo's Direct. And so with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys on the next LP.